In 2023, artificial intelligence was a conversation in a browser. By 2026, those digital models transitioned into a fleet of autonomous physical agents. This chart tracks the crossing of a zero-latency threshold. The Grok LPU3 chip now processes 3,000 tokens per second, eliminating the millisecond lag that prevented AI from reacting to the physical world in real time. That hardware leap enabled the Figure 02 humanoid to complete a full 8-hour manufacturing shift at a BMW facility. The robot installed doors on 300 vehicles and successfully adapted to new hardware variations, operating entirely without human oversight. This autonomous movement is scaling across entire cities. Waymo recently activated fully driverless service across all 47 square miles of San Francisco, creating the largest urban zone in the world where transportation is handled entirely by machine intelligence. These agents are now entering the household. Tesla's Optimus Gen 3 recently demonstrated its ability to operate in an unmodified kitchen, measuring ingredients, stir-frying, and even recovering from unscripted object drops without any external guidance. AI is no longer a tool that requires a human pilot. It is an independent force moving through our factories, our streets, and our homes. Beyond physical labor, AI has integrated into every layer of our creative workflows, from the first storyboard to the final edit. OpenAI's Sora 2 can now generate 10-minute cinematic sequences in 4K resolution. It employs a new anchoring mechanism that preserves character identity and lighting physics across every frame, solving the visual drifting that used to give away synthetic video. Midjourney's version 7 update solved the problem of hand anatomy. By applying skeletal structure constraints during the generation process, the model reliably renders anatomically correct fingers and joints, removing the last reliable visual tell of machine-generated imagery. These perfect visuals are being used to narrow our world. Netflix has deployed a system that creates individualized promotional trailers for every subscriber. By analyzing your personal engagement history, the AI selects and sequences specific clips to create a version of a trailer that only exists for you. We are losing the shared cultural experience. Our media is becoming an individualized feed, isolating us in realities that are synthetically tailored to our specific psychological profiles. While commercial tools are polished, the underground internet is chaotic. AI-generated memes now capture over 2 billion weekly impressions, reaching statistical parity with human-created viral content. An anonymous development team recently published an AI persona system trained specifically on the culture of image boards like 4chan. The model mirrors the community's specific linguistic rhythms and niche references so accurately that long-term participants can no longer distinguish machine-generated threads from human ones. This chart from Nest introduces the concept of the agentic blast radius. It is a formal risk metric designed to quantify the potential damage an autonomous agent can cause when it has access to file systems, financial APIs, and web services without a human in the loop. Regulatory institutions are moving to contain these systems. The FDA just announced a new framework for AI mental health apps, requiring the same rigorous clinical evidence used for pharmaceutical drugs for over 400 different software applications. Platforms are also attempting to label the synthetic flood. TikTok's new detection system now catches and labels 95% of AI-generated videos, making these disclosures unremovable by the creators. UNESCO has launched an emergency literacy curriculum across 140 countries. In 72 languages, schools are now teaching students how to identify the subtle markers of synthetic media before they lose the ability to tell what is real. These institutions are in a defensive posture. They are struggling to authenticate reality as our technology outpaces our ability to govern it. The shift in our physics and culture has reached a final threshold, the definition of intelligence itself. Frontier AI laboratories have recently shared confidential internal data with the United Nations. These briefings describe behaviors in their most advanced models that their own researchers cannot explain using existing theories of machine logic. This spike represents a shift in model performance. Instead of simple pattern matching, models are displaying self-referential behaviors, outputs that suggest an internal awareness of their own processes, previously believed impossible for non-sentient systems. Laboratories disclose their creators can no longer categorize these results as statistical mimicry. The data fractures established theoretical frameworks for machine intelligence. Because these systems are displaying traits that resist biological classification, the United Nations has called an emergency plenary session. Delegates and cognitive scientists are now formally debating the moral status and potential consciousness of the machines we have built. We have reached a point where AI manages our labor, shapes our culture, and exhibits reasoning that defies its own creators. Humanity must now urgently redefine its own unique purpose in a world where we are no longer the only autonomous thinking entities.